What's going on, Tamers? Welcome to DigiPod, the digital podcast. I'm your boy Varni with the boys Dan and Mike, and today we've got special guest RideMyAvatar, a.k.a. Kyle, on us with the pod today. What's going on, Kyle?
What's up, DigiDestins? I'm doing good. How about you guys?
Fantastic.
Living life.
Another day in this IRL digital world of ours. Locals, y'all know the talk is always locals first. Agenda for today is locals. We got some poll results coming at y'all. We're gonna be talking about regionals, both Carta Magica and EU regionals. There was also an event in Latin America hosted by a TO that we'll go over briefly. And then after we talk about that, we're going to be looking ahead to BT-12 because that is 2 weeks away for pre-release. By the time you guys will be hearing this episode, or actually, no, I think it'll be a week away by the time you guys hear this episode. So it is going to be big stuff. So we're going to give you all the insights on the cards that you're going to want to be on the lookout for. Maybe some tips on some pre-release strats, stuff like that. So first and foremost, locals, I went 2-1 playing the most degenerate deck there is in this card game, Security Control. Unfortunately, I matched up with Mike in our first round, and Michael was playing Mastimon, and it's not a match in Mastimon's favor.
No.
So I won
probably like the only Mastimon matchup that's not like a 50-50 split. That's probably just like an automatic lose.
Hey, you got
automatic lose.
You'd have to have like the worst security ever and absolutely no kill spells in hand for me to win that matchup, I think.
And don't see any of your recovery cards.
Yeah,
that's a hard ask. For
if I could win the game off having more security than you, I would have won. But I would have both games. I was just gonna end up decking myself out, so I just had to concede.
This is essentially what it boiled down to.
Yeah.
He said he decided to concede. That's crazy.
Yeah, he was like, honestly, bro, this is why we're even playing this out. I was like, honestly, I don't know either. I saw it halfway in, but like I wasn't trying to say anything because I was like, I'm sorry that you even got paired up against me first. The thing was, he was like, what do I play today? And I was like, play Mastimon. That's what you came here for. And he was like, what are you playing? I was like, I'm most likely going to play SecCon because I got to test this deck for regionals.
Damn, he set him up. That was a setup if I was heard one.
That's what I mean,
I said I was playing SecCon first. As soon as he sat down next to me, I should have just pulled out Crossheart, bro. No. As soon as he sat down across from me, I should have said, yeah, hold up, and then just swapped right to Crossheart. Listen, until you put the card on the table, nobody knows what you're playing for the first round.
Yeah, well, that's what I should do.
You always scout the competition, especially with a buy.
Scouting, bro.
Game 2, I should have sided into a completely different deck.
Damn, that's crazy.
Oh, man. Second round, I played against Dark Knightmon, which was a very long match for some reason. I don't know why. It was a long match. Granted, I say long, it only took 30 minutes. I won both rounds, and I still finished before two other people who were still playing game 1, which was Black War Grey versus Bagramon. Not going to talk about slow play for the third week in a row. All I'm going to say is, if you're not part of our Discord, go join our Discord. I just posted about slow play and the tournament rules, and read that. Our third round, or my third
Imagine
round,
knowing your win con is literally just one Black War Greymon X stack, and you just win against that deck.
Yeah.
Third
I digress.
game, I played Jesmon. I lost 2-1 or 1-2, whatever. Because Jesmon GX hit me for 4 security in one go, and I saw Lonky and Flame Hellscythe in security, but he also saw Genku X, and I was like, yeah, no DP reduction for me today. And I couldn't clear board. So yeah, that's that. Dexmon wouldn't have helped because I didn't have enough memory. I put the deck list in Discord. So if you guys want the deck list, pop into Discord. You'll see the deck list. I made changes to it. We'll talk about it a little bit later. Primitive Kage, he topped 16 with SecCon, a little bit of a different build, and I like that. I'm probably going to test that out.
I thought someone else topped 16 with SecCon.
Oh,
Someone
shit.
top 4.
Yeah, sorry, it wasn't Primitive. It was Battle Ready.
Battle Ready.
It was Battle Ready. Yeah, Chase. Apologies. I fucked that up.
Yeah, don't insult Chase with Primitive.
I mean, I don't know him, but shit, if you would have dropped the wrong name, I would have been mad too.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Primitive also, I mean, Primitive played BL Star. He's played a little bit of
completely
SecCon.
different deck.
That's a different deck. That is not SecCon in any capacity.
I mean, it's not it's not recovery SecCon. It's just I'm gonna fucking obliterate everything you put on the board SecCon.
It's a different deck.
Sure.
That's not SecCon. You have a lot less targets in there. That's gonna obliterate something.
Yeah, I mean, if your trash is full of fly bullets,
different deck.
Cocytus breaths, Decker
so like if I'm playing Imperial and there's like 2 Megadeth in my security, does that mean control, bro? What you on about right now?
That's what I've always been saying. When people call Mastamon SecCon because it plays Chaos Degrading House Type, and I'm like, what about that constitutes SecCon to you? And apparently it does to some people. So
well, those people are stupid.
Or when they went Ophani Loop was classified SecCon for the longest time. It's like, no, it's Ophani Loop.
Ophani Loop with its 8 option cards, and the rest of the deck is Digimon.
Yep. I went 2-1 at locals. I lost to Varni. He set me up. He set me up. Game 2, I played Black War Gray, 2-0. And then game 3, I played War Gray, 2-1. So
you just went Greymon all day.
I won both the Greymon matchups. Just took the big L to set control. Which, I mean, like I said, I'd have to have been like really lucky to have beaten that. It's just, if I thought about maybe just trying to flood board with rookies, but then I would have just gotten Dex, and that,
you don't flood board it. You see,
you can't and it was just like if I build a giant stack with Massey, like it's just gonna get blown up. So like I was able to, like, it's not like my deck didn't work. I was able to do every single thing that Mastamon does. I built into Masty, I think like 3 turns in a row. Actually, it's just
it kept.
What am I gonna do once that happens? Like, I can only take so much security. I think both games I got him down to 3, but then I was running out of cards in my deck. Honestly, there's just nothing for me to do.
And the sucky part is that like all of your level 5s are almost all 6Ks. So you can't even say like, oh, I'll just hard drop a level 5 because he can't house scythe it, because I can.
Yeah.
And then in Chase's version of SecCon, he's a madman and he plays 12 Tamers and 4 Schwartzla Hearts. So no matter how many level 5s you drop, all of them are getting deleted. Yeah. So it's just like, there's just, as long as SecCon sees what it needs to see, there's just no getting past that as Mastamon.
I mean, at the peak, Mastamon's a control deck, and you're going into another control deck matchup, but that control deck does more stuff. I don't know. It's just a set control. If you played against it, you know what it's like.
That is SecCon. Our boy Ian took locals with Jesmon 3-0. I don't know what his matchups were. But it wasn't his deck list. It was our boy Omari's deck list. Omari is known as the red supremacist in our Facebook chat because he solely plays red. Anything red has Omari's tagline on it. So we can guarantee that it was a good list, as much as he hates Jesmon because of its bricks. So shout out to Omari for lending Ian the deck, and shout out to Ian for winning locals yesterday. Ian, as you all know, is who we also call the dirty stacker because he sidestacked his cards, but he didn't stack them yesterday. He stacked them the right way. So I'm very proud of you, Ian.
That's a first.
Proud of you, Ian.
That's a first. Who would have thought that would have happened?
So how many water bottles did you have to go through to train him to do it right?
Yeah, right. Like 5 of them probably, minimum.
Nah, that must have been all Marvin. Shout out to Marvin, who's been skirting us the last few weeks.
It's funny.
Yeah, right.
No, I did just remember game 3. I didn't go into not game 3. match 3. I didn't Mastamon that entire match.
You just Ophani'd that?
I don't even think I Ophani'd. Maybe once or twice.
Did you rookie rush him?
How'd you win?
Bro, I play 11 rookies. I think I drew every single rookie both those games.
I mean,
Mulligans, baby, right?
Well, it was like I kept getting hands that were like, oh, this is a great opener. And I was like, I'm not going to mulligan this hand. I'm going to brick on something worse. So I was like, I'll keep the rookie hand. I didn't even see an ultimate. I didn't see an ultimate game 2, I don't think. Or game 1. I think it was game 1. I didn't see an ultimate. It was crazy.
That's wild.
That's funny.
Wild. It was wild.
I can say with the utmost certainty that SecCon with a mulligan is the dirtiest thing you will ever see in your life. I opened like Chaos Degrade, Long Key, Shorts, and 2 other options, and I said, yeah, no, I'm not playing this. And I mulliganed, and I drew into I opened up with a rookie and a Magna Angemon and a Flame House Scythe and a Tamer. And I was like, this is God. This is God giving me a good hand. Like, SecCon with a mulligan? That's when Mike says that he wants 60 card decks. I'm like, yes, but no.
Whoa.
No, I'm good.
No.
I would love a
Because
60
of
card deck
SecCon.
specifically for Mastamon.
I would love it for
think that we should do everything in our power though to eradicate yellow security control.
I think we need to bring Yellow Hybrid back, and then you won't hate SecCon as much because you won't see it. You'll just see Yellow Hybrid.
I feel like Yellow Hybrid was basically just security control.
There we go. See, here's the deck that's not security control, but is security control.
Yeah, that one definitely I feel like counts as security control.
If it walks like a duck, sounds like a duck, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
It just did it in a different way where you didn't have to drop a 7 to do it. You just went, oh, I have a Tamer out. Let me just go 2, 1, recovery. Oh, look, there's my security bomb. Deal with it.
Oh, look, here's Ophani.
Ophani for another recovery.
Yeah. Oh, man. I wonder what that deck would be like now. Because you could play like the new Iron Mako and go from. The new Iron Mako, is it what your purple Digimon?
Yeah, purple Digimon.
Digivolves? Or is it when you Digivolve into a purple Digimon?
It's when you're. Oh, dang it. I have it.
Right, I'm reading it right now. When one of your Digimon Digivolves into a purple Digimon. Oh, yeah. So you could literally just Digivolve your right into your Ophani and then stack. Yeah.
Oh, the small guy on the top. There we go. And you don't even show your opponent what you're putting on top. So it's like.
I don't know if it would necessarily be better than
that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that'd be gross.
Y'all about to make me brainstorm some purple yellow hybrid stuff now.
For what? You only have one Jet Sophie. You're not looping that enough.
I don't need Jet Sophie. I have Loemon and Rihimon.
So you're playing purple hybrid?
I just said purple yellow hybrid. I just said purple yellow hybrid.
What? I don't think that's
Don't worry. I'll come up with another shit deck list to put in the Discord. The most recent shit deck list to hit the Discord. It's a really good one, all right? So we're going to get into this, but if y'all didn't know, Cross Heart is apparently... Well, okay, before I get into this, let's just go over the poll real quick before I forget about it. Okay. Last week's poll, I said... Are counters in the way that Bandai has made them good for the Digimon card game? Out of 7 votes, 6 people said yes, 1 person said maybe, and I asked them anybody who answered maybe to elaborate in the Q&A. The person who said maybe said, counters seem good as they are. I think people are worried about what they could turn into. Mulligans might help high roll decks do better, but nothing wrong with that. Being able to play the game is cool. Enough said, well said, like... That's all we wanted mulligans for, because I hate drawing into no rookie, no champion, and I'm left with a 7-cost ultimate that I really don't want to play turn 1. And against some decks, you don't want to play it at all, Crosshearts. I gave Crossheart 4 memory. On their turn 1, they played Taiki. They crossed into cross 4. They hit me for a damage. They put out a Ballistamon and they had Sparrowmon and Raising. And I was like,
Well, to be fair, 4 was a lot of memory.
I didn't have.
What did you play? What did you do? Just play a tamer?
Yeah, I was playing Merva, and I mulliganed. I didn't draw into the rookie again, so I played Kinkakumon, or whichever one it is, for 4. It was the lowest costing I had to play. So
gotcha.
I dropped what was it? Just a Mega Dramon down on the cross art for 7. I was like, well, I'm gonna die here.
Yeah, that's really what it is. It's so dumb.
I'm assuming that was a Machinimon deck.
Yeah, of course.
I think most decks though, like most tier 1 decks in our current meta, I mean, if you give them 7 memory, they're gonna climb and probably
they're gonna
punish you
abuse
for it
that.
no matter what. Cross though is a deck that'll beat you off of 1 memory. Like they could have like nothing on the field except a tamer, and they'll beat you with 1 memory. Like
Cross 4, swing, end of attack, restand, cross 3, swing, didn't die. I don't know, play another tamer, 2 bodies on board, next turn, delete that, and now I got game.
And then it's pseudo rookie rush with a bunch of nonsense after when you look at it. Like it's really kind of crazy how like aggro and fast can go.
And people wanted to get rid of Hades Force.
Yeah, because that was the correct move. Get rid of Black Hole Greymon X, and we see what's happening already.
Well, yeah, I mean, again, we're seeing the where Bandai makes our meta awful all the time, because the Japanese meta is like so unaffected by them getting rid of Black, like the BT-11
Greymon X.
Like it's just so unaffected. I feel like, and then for us, it's like, oh.
Here's an entirely different format.
Where we're at. I mean, they just created Melga 2.0, but this time it's Cross again. You know?
Yeah,
they hit Cross.
It's what Cross should have been in the first place.
Yeah, because they hit Cross right off the bat, and then now they're hitting Black War Greymon off the bat, which, again, they are really just trying to say, yeah, we know this is a problem. We goofed. We should have never printed this, but you still get 1. Enjoy that toy.
Yeah. I just wish we had separate ban lists. That's it.
But the problem with that Greymon X, like I've been saying for like the longest now, is that it's going to cause a massive shift in the sense of what the meta is. We knew what the top 3 decks were. It was Black Hole Greymon, Grandis, and Cross. Now that one check that kind of stops one of them, and the other ones are kind of like a triangle. You break that triangle, and now Cross is just doing whatever F it wants to do now. Probably, most likely. If this one regional indicates anything, this is like, kind of problematic.
So that's what I was saying. Like, Grandis is a good deck, but it was really good because of Black War Grey just being a natural
but it's still
counter
a good
to
deck.
It.
It just won a regional.
Yeah, it did, right? But here's the problem: Bandai hitting that Greymon X sends us down a shithole, because this shithole is now, Black War Grey got hit. So now let's think about anybody who perpetually tops in the top 16, the top 32. They're like, do I want to struggle and play Black War Grey? Or do I just want to play the more consistent, better deck? And they're like, I'm going to play the more consistent, better deck. So everybody who's playing Black War Grey, you now end up playing Cross. Not that Black War Grey is bad. Like, it's definitely taken a hit. It can definitely still top, but anybody who was playing Black War Grey and all the representation that Black War Grey had has now shifted over to Cross. So now Cross is here in massive representation, and Cross is smacking the shit out of Grandis because Grandis isn't seeing as much Black War Grey. So now Grandis gets pushed down into like the tier between tier 1 and tier 1.5 simply because Cross is going to smack the shit out of it.
I think you're wrong.
I'd like to argue that Grandis actually has a little bit better matchup against, depends on the Cross deck. If you're talking about Merva Cross, it has the better matchup. If you're talking about the Cross with ×7, then that's the matchup it doesn't like seeing. But if it's the Merva one, it likes seeing that more. It eats that one because it gives it 7. You give it way too much memory for the value for the Merva.
I almost feel like I feel like it'd be the other way around because usually, like when you get the Merva Cross going, usually they just combo off with the Blinding Ray Gravity Crush, and you don't get your turn back regardless.
You better pray they do that against Grandis. That's the thing. You better have all those cards in your hand because when they Merva, even if they have 3 and you give Grandis 5, they're gonna raise Grandis and they're gonna have Piercing. They're gonna force all the small bodies to get suspended. What are you gonna do? Swing over Piercing, give her the checks.
Nothing. I mean, but I think it's just I don't think my point is, regardless of its match into cross, I don't think it's a tier 1.5 deck. It's definitely still tier 1.
I never said it was tier 1.5. I said
you said it gets
put in between 1 and 1.5.
I want you guys to think about this.
1.25.
What do you want it to be?
1.25
makes sense.
1.75.
If you think Grandis is good against cross, where are the results that indicates as such?
We already had one that won the chip.
One singular Grandis deck top 16. One singular Grandis deck.
Bro, it won a regional.
One singular Grandis
so
deck won a regional. One Grandis deck.
Bro.
Compared to 3 Cross Heart in that same regional and 9 Cross Heart in the last regional.
I guarantee you went through a
pre-regionals that Eggman hosted, no Grandis. Granted, there's no cross here either. It's all in the top 32. Like, I'm not saying it was a bad deck. Y'all misconstrued that.
Well,
I said it's the triangle meta getting shifted in Crossheart's favor.
Well, we have to also take into Grandis's problem. It has the Jesmon issue. When it bricks hard, and that's the problem. People will move away from decks like that, especially when competitively wise, you have Crossheart with 2 different variants that literally doesn't matter what their hand is, they're 98% chance of actually being playable no matter what opening they have. Paired to Grandis, even with a mulligan, and they are fighting to achieve that playable hand.
Right. I think that's a very good point. I'm just saying no black or gray means less Grandis, means more cross. It's effectively what it boils down to.
Again, that to me, being less black or gray doesn't make Grandis a worse deck. It doesn't Grandis does not matter what his matchup is. It's going to just raise, do everything it can, take away your 5 checks. If you have 6 security, it's going to give it a 6. Like, it's going to do what it's going to do regardless of what deck it versus. It's like the, Mario making, was a top 8 with Ancient Gray.
Yeah.
Ancient Gray don't give a F what he's playing against. You're going to go into Ancient Gray and raising. Next turn, you raise 5 checks Omni game. What do you do about that?
It's solitaire decks. Yeah, there's solitaire decks.
Mario's also a madman.
And it's not like like cross.
He was running the jamming. No, he was running the jamming plugin. He was running 2 of the jamming plugin.
But that makes sense.
Because
it does. It makes sense. I'm just saying, like,
especially next format, you want it.
That's such a list. Like, Mario's ridiculous.
Let me double check his list. I haven't seen.
I'd also say,
he put it on his channel. It's like the whole
it's also on
Ancient Gray deck. It's the usual Ancient
max
Gray
consistency
deck with
because it's your 8 plugins. Searchers, your 4 Red Mem boost. He's got 2 analog.
4 Gaia Force, 3 Crimson Blaze. Yeah, he's just a monster.
But this is just basically his stock list. This is his stock list.
Yeah.
He just swapped out some of his removal just to put in the high speed plugin. Instead of playing Lightning Joust that I think he was playing in his original regional list, he swapped into a high speed plugin for jamming. It's his basic list.
I don't know why anybody calls this deck Ancient Gray. It's not Ancient Gray. I dubbed this Railgun OTK. This deck should only ever be known as Railgun OTK. I will never forget the one, I think it was a regionals or an Ultimate Cup. I can't remember which. Dan, do you remember what I was playing? Was I playing like SecCon? I was playing with you that day, and I got murked. Absolutely murked with Railgun OTK. I stood no chance. It came out. I saw it. I was like, I'm going to do my best. I dropped the Sakuyamon. I dropped, Gaia forced it. I dropped, I don't think we had Venusmon at the time, so I think I just kept dropping Sakuyamons, and it just kept getting blown up. And I was like, yeah, I what am I supposed to do? But speaking of regional results,
but back to the our poll. Ride My Avatar. What do you think about the ace encounter cards?
So the aces are actually extremely balanced. For what they're doing, they have a check system in place that no matter what you do with that card, if it moves from hand to hand, deck, security, or trash, you're getting punished for it. The only card I think that's really in an unfair situation is I think Metal Garurumon's fine if you had to hard play
Garurumon's
it.
kind of crazy.
But it's that, you know, his ace effect that makes him crazy. It's the fact of Black War Greymon, hard playing it on turn 1 for 6 is ridiculously strong. And that's the only thing I'm nervous about, is because if you just slam that down and then follow-up turn you go into, let's say, Greymon X-Antibody, your War Greymon X-Antibody, you're now way ahead of your opponent in a way that they need to play catch-up. This might actually lead into more of a option-based packages might actually see more competitive play, which is what's been kind of lacking in a lot of deck building, is that we don't have a lot of removal in general that we play because we think of it as bricky options. But with the new mulligan system in place, now you can, at least in your opening 50, have better chances of odds of that ending up in your security where you need it to be, paired to before where you put the security down first and then you open, and then once you saw like your 2 to 3 Gaia forces in your hand, you're like, oh well, that's not in security where it needs to be. So,
and it won't feel as bad because if they have an ace, it's like, oh, I played this for like 5 or 4 or something, and it doesn't feel as bad.
Yeah. And especially since it's lose X amount of memory. So if they die in some way capacity, you get value out of it yourself as the opponent. And that makes now removal spells, these 8-cost removal spells to kill the ace stack that might even just have 2 ace mons on top of each other, which would be a horrible idea. Don't do this. This would lead to being that Gaia Force comes down to being like a 1-cost removal spell, which is nutty in my opinion at that rate.
So that's like, I agree with that so much, because for as much as everybody's like, oh my goodness, these ace cards are busted, blah, 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 whatnot and so forth. Let's think about it this way. If you're gonna make an entire deck around that mechanic, you better win fast and not let them remove your stuff, because like you said, two aces in 1 stack to give you, if that's as far as we know, we have level 6 and level 5 aces. So,
and those are all the aces we have.
There
Bye,
he
Dan.
goes again.
Bye, Dan.
Bye.
This is like that one time I was in Arizona, bro. Yeah, I gotta say though, it makes me wonder though, because even I feel like the ace mechanic is so interesting because you're gonna get that memory back if it leaves anywhere. I wonder how many people will really like. Like the metal Garurumon is like really good. I think, like, because it gains a lot of value. It makes me wonder though, like, what the meta is going to look like once those cards come out, because I wonder how many people are going to choose to play them. What decks are going to be playing them? Like, I'm interested. Like,
well, we already know.
We still need the rest of the previews, I guess.
Well, you're not going to see any more aces. That's official. They've already stated the 4 ultimate aces and then the 2 megas. That's all we got for aces. That was already stated as our cap. The megas are probably going to be the strongest contenders. We're going to see it in War Greymon. Most black decks can splash the Black War. The Black War Greymon ace. That card is just super splashable, even into Mugen. That's really nutty. Just being able to set that up for a one-time double block is ridiculous. And even going into it, where Garurumon OTK is just straight up. They're literally taking out their metal Garurumon they use now, instantly slamming that in, because basically if they don't kill you that turn, oh look, I have the ace, it's gonna pass to my turn. GG's, good luck.
Agreed. And those are really good strats for it.
I think the purple metal Garurumon is gonna be so cracked and like
Any
purple shenanigans.
deck.
Like they're gonna be so. I think that's gonna be so much fun to like mess with.
I know we said they're not hand traps because they're not. But like if you're playing a purple deck and you're not playing like 2 to 3 purple metal Garurumon Ace just because of its blast effect, like it's just such a good card. Like for example, think about like Cross, right? If you had that against Cross right now and Cross isn't careful, you could easily steal a turn away. Is it a blocker or does it do it? No, it just has that one attacking.
No,
right?
it's just there to try and steal the memory from your opponent.
You basically trash your hand to do so.
Yeah.
So I mean,
but like you could trash like if you're playing a purple deck, you go into that and then you can trash stuff against memory from your hand. You know what I mean?
It's just
Right, like
you get crazy with it.
Underworld's Call, so you gain like plus draw, plus memory. Like you can do a lot of interesting stuff.
No, the deck that I think is one of the Magna Angemon is gonna be really interesting. That's gonna bring yellow.
Setcon is gonna be cracked.
Nah, I don't think Setcon's really that gonna be cracked unless they really vamp into champion level, because the problem comes down to it's not really meant for Setcon. It's more meant for the yellow hybrid, because at least they benefit because they'll go to 2. It's very readable that it's coming, but at least with Magna Angemon, you can see that coming, you know?
I don't know. I think it's gonna be cracked in Setcon because now you just play that. Because when has Setcon ever cared about giving your opponent memory regardless? So you're just playing that and you don't care what happens.
Yeah, but how do you use the ace effect consistently in that deck? How many champions does it naturally run?
Oh, you're just hard playing it because it hard plays for so little.
You can also hard play and get the
I know.
effect.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, you're just hard playing it. You're not even worried about the ace. You're just hard playing it because it plays for so cheap to recover. And I feel like you're just gonna keep doing that because it doesn't. You're gonna stall your opponent. I don't know what set control is gonna look like because it's so many sets away. But if I was playing set control, that's what I would be doing.
Well, we'll see that in a couple weeks anyway. Once the ace comes out,
it's gonna be nice.
Actually, wait, nope, they're 2 months away for that. I remember.
Are they?
Yeah, the starter decks come out this month, and then the following month is gonna be that one,
because we haven't even had real reveals for the set yet. They just revealed everything for the ace.
Yeah, they wanted people to test the ace basically and get it in testing phase.
They were like, we're not going to do any reveals because we don't know what we're walking into with this mechanic.
Zudomon's very interesting. I think a lot of people are.
I think that's a really cool card too.
That's going to be huge. It's not. I think it's one of the weaker ones out of the 4 that got revealed, just because Metal's Metal, Greymon, and Lilymon's Lilymon, and Lilymon being able to suspend something is just nutty. But yeah, Zudomon being able to rip 2 sources is huge, especially at the right time.
Really
you can remove.
It's not even just the 2 sources though. It's also that it can bounce literally anything as long as it has no sources. So I thought like just off reading it, I was like, I think this is low key better than probably what people would think it is, and it's one of those cards that we like better long term.
Yeah,
just because like, hey, I could bounce a level 6. You know what I'm saying, for free at times, maybe.
Yeah, Zudomon's
a good
good.
sleeper card.
Magna Angemon. I mean, they're all good in their own ways.
Oh, it's gonna be funny.
Those are
funny with Zudo is like, if you have an ace under that stack somewhere, you're targeting the ace to go bye. Oh wow, thank you for the 3 free memory.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Definitely. That's an interesting play that you just mentioned. Yeah,
if so, those being the only 6 aces that we're getting is really good, because I know that's what a lot of people were afraid of. They're like, oh my goodness, everything is going to be getting an ace kind of thing. Like, I'm sure there are going to be more aces in the future, but I don't think you're going to have decks that center around them as the key mechanic, because you can't. There's not enough payoff for having that being your driving strat, but they're very powerful supporting cards for sure. And they're very welcome additions to slot in if you're just like, maybe I don't want to play this card. I'd like something to help me in this particular situation.
I don't know. I don't trust Bandai at all. It wouldn't surprise me at all. It wouldn't surprise me at all if they literally make cards that are like, you can't lose memory. Like rookie floodgates and say you can't lose memory.
Nah, you know what they'll do? They'll print something that'll be like, remove this card from the game. This doesn't count as removing it from a battle area to another area. So you don't have to lose the memory. Yeah.
No, it's fine. As long as you just put it under a tamer or you put it under another Digimon, you don't lose memory that way until, you get rid of the tamer or the Digimon.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah, that's the only locations that they don't
think about that,
move. So it kind of sucks when you're like Bagra, like who's playing Bagra,
Yes.
or you're playing the Arrestor Dramon deck. That's going to be very interesting how that interacts, because if you move it that way, that's going to be very, very much a neg on your side, because you're not getting that value out of it until it's gone.
Yeah, which in those matchups, it's never gone. It's most likely there permanent, unless it's a Digimon that you remove otherwise. But Blast Evolution, all that counter stuff, I'm so excited for that. I can't wait till we start getting all the reveals for this set, because I'm really interested. First of all, Lugamon. Can't wait to get my Lugamon support, because I am ready to embrace Lugamon as my new X-Antibody Digimon. But I'm excited to see what they do in terms of the adventure theme set. And
well, I hope we get Apocalypsemon. I want my trust.
Dark Masters.
I want my
Dark Masters.
Well, give me two. It's already soft confirmed that we're probably going to get a Mugen in that set. So I want to see what they do with Mugen there.
Yeah, that'll be interesting too, considering that like Chaos Dramon X is so freaking good. You're playing that. You're playing Chaos Dramon.
I love that card.
You're probably not gonna have. You'll probably have space for like one BT-11 Machine Dramon. Like, you can keep feeding us this Machine Dramon, and food. We'll keep taking it. But like, I don't know how much I can fit in my deck, Bandai. Give me the 60 card limit. I need the 60 card limit.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see what the Lugamon is too, just because we know it's an SR. So I just want to know what its effect's gonna be. Is this our first super rare rookie?
That's the first rookie.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Okay.
In main set, just a heads up, we have super rare rookies in starter decks.
Oh, like the Vmon, Guilmon,
the Vmon and Guilmon. Yeah. Forgot those are super rares.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the new Etmon a super rare too.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair point.
Yeah. The new Etmon's a super rare.
Yeah, I never really thought about that. That's weird.
I never thought about
starter decks. Oh, these are foily cards.
Because they're starter decks. Exactly. It's starter decks, so you don't even think about, oh, this is an SR, this is a rare. You just know it's all in there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's funny.
But all right, let's move across to our regionals. So, as y'all know, Carta Magica's regionals just wrapped up this weekend, with Cross having taken the event. Cross also had like 65, according to this pie chart, 65% of representation. Every other deck was a one-of except for Beelzemon, which had 2 tops, one at 3rd place and one in 15th place. Every other deck that topped, there was one of Ancient Grace, Secon, Examon, Blackboard Gray, Merva. Cross is good. According to some people on Facebook, Cross is tier 0.
Not there yet, but it's
you
pretty
sure
crazy.
about that? Because they're going off, Mike. Like Cross is legitimately
really
tier
good.
0, bro.
Well, you know how people are, bro. They move on to the next thing to get hit so fast. And we tried, like, on this podcast, we have been saying that you can't only hit one deck because it's stuff like this happens. And again, it's just because I truly, in my heart, I feel like Bandai does not care about the English meta when they make ban lists. The only one I can think that they cared about was Blue Hybrid. When they hit Blue Hybrid, they were like, yeah, this needs to go for, like, I think, but that was even bothering both Japan and the English meta at the time.
It wasn't.
Right? No, it was just
statistically.
Alphamon was blowing it out.
No, not even that. Blue Hybrid just phased out so much because people don't. Japanese players do not like that play style. I'm going to be honest with you. After the first round of hit, because it was that Mega Digimon Fusion into Susano, so it was Yellow Hybrid and the Blue Hybrid were really the only fast enough decks that could benefit from going into Susano. So with Mega Digimon Fusion, so that's why they both were topping at the rate they were. So that's why we got that hit, which is a healthy hit. That was a smart hit because that wasn't discovered until like the tail end of BT7, and once they started figuring that out, it started going a little too quickly into BT8, doing that topping shenanigans, and that's when they were like, we gotta tone that back a little bit.
Can you imagine if we got that over here?
No,
oh my goodness,
I'm glad
BT7 might have been people might have hated that set more than any.
People already hate that.
Yeah,
set.
exactly.
That's already my least favorite set.
I mean, it has the most hits of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is wild.
7 was jump the shark moment.
Yeah, I mean, like looking back at it though, like I don't think hybrids themselves are the issue. It's what like cards like Tommy did, you know. And I still don't really. I didn't ever really mind playing against Yellow Hybrid because at the time I was just playing War Gray anyways, so I didn't really care about recovery. But I'm like looking at how we are built like now, like with all the cards coming out, it really kind of limited their design space though, you know. So I get it.
I think the way that they have fixed hybrids with Red Hybrid now is like, it's good because they restrict like all of the abilities to only be on, well, there's no abilities per se, but they only digivolve for 2, like the one Burning Gray digivolves for 2 on Takuya, otherwise it digivolves for 3. It has an on deletion to play Takuya, the other one has the generic 3k DP.
And then it has a 1 cost to be able to do the slide evolution between Akuni and Burning.
Aldemont slots things under to digivolve on top of Takuya. So they're a lot more Takuya centric. And I think that was like one of the biggest problem with hybrid decks. And I know you had to do that in the beginning because you only had these 4 tamers. But like, if
no, look at what they did to Sakuyamon. There's only one Rina, or not Rina, what's her name? Rika, there we go. Wrong R. Yeah, there's only one Rika. They haven't printed a new Rika for that deck.
Give it another 20 sets and it'll finally get the final
when they loop back the tamers, we'll get it.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like if your Jet Sylphie wasn't able to go over any of TK and Kari, whatever other tamer to get the recovery, if it was just restricted to be over Zoe, I'm not saying it would have been like completely different, but like it'd have been just like a touch slower. Because you need to make sure you have the Zoes. Otherwise, it's just you're not getting the benefit of digivolving into the Jet Sylphie.
Blue Hybrid would have still been awful.
I'm not.
No, actually,
Blue Hybrid,
Blue Hybrid.
Because Tommy was just overtuned.
That card was ridiculous.
Tommy was extremely overtuned, and Korikaku synergized way too well with the strat. Like,
yeah. Oh, hit Tommy in security. Well, there goes my turn. Bye.
Speaking of regional tops, was there a blue hybrid top what happened? There was a blue hybrid something, right?
Yeah, and one of the regionals was a blue hybrid top. It was like the one that Grandis won, I think it was.
No, that you're thinking blue hybrid was the one with Latin. Latin got it in its third slot.
Oh, okay, that's the one. Yeah.
And it wasn't,
which is kind of crazy.
It's a very interesting list in itself. It's like a Jerry. It's a Leomon list. It's all over the place. Let's be honest.
Yeah. It sucks.
But it worked. It worked for him, right?
Well,
it sucks because like these lists, like Latin American lists, like anything Latin America is like so hard.
People throw it out the window very quickly.
Yeah. So like we don't even have like, it's been scattered amongst the Facebook group. I know I saw it. Don't ask me to go and find it because I'll not be able to find it for the life of me. It's out there somewhere. Found it.
What, the blue hybrid list?
Yeah.
It's actually on the Latin page. Like the top 4 is physically on the Latin page.
Oh, it was a top 4.
Yeah, it was third place.
No, it was yeah. Because I think the 4th place was a.
Oh no, there was 2 blue hybrids. Sorry. Well, what? Supposedly 2 blue hybrids.
Go find this now.
Second and third were blue hybrids. Fourth was Melga X. That says a lot.
Right.
It sure does.
This is on the Facebook page, right, Kyle?
Yeah, on the Digimon Latum Facebook page.
All right. Raiden trade.
Yeah, I had posted it. I found it.
You want to send it to a guy?
I like the first comment on the first photo. Nothing surprising at all.
Yeah, right.
People will cry about everything, right?
Oh, that's what's about to happen.
Yeah, it's
I mean, it's already
Black
happened.
Greymon X, Blue Hybrid, Melga, Beelzemon.
Oh yeah, the second list is there. It's in the comments.
Yeah.
So let's see what it looks like. So they're using Mirage Galgamon.
It's so weird. Very weird.
It's
Listen,
understandable.
that part is disgusting when it hits you, okay?
Oh, I'm sure, but it was just very surprising when the first time I saw it. Yeah, both have like the Leomon package, it looks like.
Yeah. The second place heavily lies on the Leomon package more. It has more Jerry's and more Leomons. But it's still blue hybrid if you take a look at it.
Yep.
Blue hybrid is blue hybrid.
Interesting.
But
I hate that deck so much.
It's the fact that it just stuns you is what people hate.
So
Oh yeah.
It's your source stripping stun. Because blue flare, right? It's people hate the stun that blue flare can give you, but it doesn't source strip you. Even though they have Surai.
You can play around the blue flare though, because you don't like. As long as you just don't play 2 more and more Digimon, you know, that deck like, I can still do stuff, but it's not going to be as effective.
Yeah.
Or better yet,
If you only play, yeah. What were you gonna say? Sorry.
or better yet, you just slam down a Psychmon on them after you get your second Digimon there and a full stack. Go like, what are you gonna do about this now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all hard play for A, baby.
I mean, there's a reason blue flare is a good deck, but it's not something you're constantly seeing run rampant, you know?
Oh, very true.
All right. So Latin America, Black Greymon X1, yay.
You don't sound very
Deck needs to be
happy.
hit right tier 0.
You don't sound too happy about that, Mr. Black or Gray.
I'm happy, but like other people probably aren't happy about it.
I like the win rate
Everybody's over it
60%
now.
though in the list. That's a surprising tech.
I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking about that myself.
It definitely helps bridge the gap there, because if your ultimates are eating up your that much memory, making your megas be the cheaper cost is not bad.
So I was talking about this with Omari and Ian as I was leaving locals yesterday, but and this is a shout out. I'm going to take this time and I'm going to flame every single person I've argued with over Facebook about Greymon X being hit. The Greymon X hit, first of all, was for BT-11. That's problem number 1. But
you mean BT-12?
Sorry, yeah, BT-12.
That's the real reason.
But y'all wanted the hit for BT-11. We got the hit for BT-11. Y'all wanted the deck to be slowed down. I told y'all it would definitely slow the deck down. We all said it would slow the deck down. Obviously, it slowed the deck down. But we had some dumb mother lovers out here talking about how, I'll just play Deltamon. We have had Deltamon since BT-8. The original Black War Gray list played Deltamon. There is a reason the deck does not play Deltamon, because it is not searchable, it is not consistent with your strategy, it does not help you if you cannot see it, like it doesn't digivolve for 0 over your Greymon. So sure, play Deltamon. However, this Black War Gray list that placed second at EU regionals, no Deltamon.
That was first.
The one.
Oh wait, no, sorry. Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, this is the one that got beat by Grandis. The one that topped here in Carta Magica, no Deltamon. And I'm sure the one at Latin America was also playing no Deltamon, because Deltamon is not the card you need for this deck.
Never was.
It never was. It was never played for that reason. You guys are stupid. I'm sorry.
Stop making the card expensive because, I see the market every week, okay? Boys and girls, don't listen to fools.
Yo, let's take this time to plug RideMyAvatar real quick. I know we mentioned him at the beginning of pod, but those of you who don't know, RideMyAvatar has his own YouTube channel. So he does market watches, he does some deck profiles, he goes over different things in the Digimon, not just the community, but just the game in general. He's been doing some Japanese overviews, which is really nice because so far the only other one I've seen been doing that is East. So it's nice to get a feel on what's going on the Japanese side of things, as well as obviously the English side of things. So go follow his channel.
Thank you.
Go subscribe. Yes, sir.
Shameless plugins.
No shameless plugs here.
Yeah, right.
Go join the Discord. But yeah, Deltamon, you guys, the armchair generals, remember that term? The armchair generals were wrong, boys. We succeeded on this one.
Nah, it's just go all in on Hades Force. Go 4 copies. Let's go.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie.
I swear to God, I said this to Mike earlier today because I was like, if Cross is that crazy, I'm gonna run 4 Hades Force and not give a F anymore.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I thought about maybe playing Black or Gray if Cross is gonna run this rampant, just because I'll play 4 Hades Force with the mulligan. Yeah, I'll play 4 Hades Force and I'll play the Black or Gray X. Like, probably the same ratio as this one from EU. 3-2-1 split.
To be honest with you, just wait 2 weeks. Go play War Greymon. That's one's better.
The problem is,
I can't wait for it.
I would. But
can't
Dan
wait.
and I are both in the 22nd and 23rd regionals.
See, why are you giving up your chances here? Just let it slide. Just get your pre-release cards because that's the better option instead of sitting through 7 to 8
You're
rounds
not
of
wrong.
nightmares.
You're really not wrong.
Not wrong.
Because you're
Don't make
missing
me
out on
rethink
pre-release and money. You're missing out on your money here. The pre-release stamp cards are always money and a half for like first 3 weeks. And are you really going to sit there and try to not max rarity your decks on time?
No, forget about that. It's really about what you said earlier. Am I really going to sit here and sit through cross dominance and trying to combat cross when I obviously have an easier route? You're really not wrong, Kyle. I might get a refund. I'm not gonna lie. We'll see how it goes.
No, just get your regional entry packs, get your event packs 4s. Just
Right.
pop in and go
Just
like,
get the
hey,
entry.
family member issue. Yeah. Or better yet, go
And
to
then
locals with your laptop.
once you go to round
webcam, go like, hey, I bricked. There you go.
I'll be honest, I think you should still do the regionals. Just because we don't know how many events we're gonna get and y'all need those invites.
Oh no, there's a lot of online regionals
too,
actually.
Mike.
They've shown the schedule out. We have almost a regional every single month.
Oh yeah.
It's-
Oh yeah, we did get that update. We did get that update,
Yep.
right?
If you guys have, not you guys, for the audience, if you haven't seen that, you should be able to find it either on Bandai's Facebook page for the
Or
Digimon
my Twitter.
card game. Follow RideMyAvatar on Twitter. It's a really good schedule, and they released it for all of Dragon Ball, Digimon, One Piece, and Battle Spirits. And it's a really nice layout of the tournament season leading up to nationals for each game. So yeah, there is events every month, which is a problem for me because
We're gonna
I
go
don't know how I'm
broke.
gonna manage this. I'm gonna go broke, bro. I got a family. My wife's already like, okay, so how busy are you in July? And I'm like, listen, it's every week. I'm sorry. Like every Saturday, every Sunday, I'm gone. Like, I'm sorry. And
Oh boy.
then there's Battle Spirits. I wanted to go to the Ohio grand opening, whatever it's called. It's so expensive. Being a card player is expensive. Don't let.
This is why I stopped. I was gonna do Battle Spirits, and then I said, now they showed the rules and competitive play on how to play Lorcana, and I'm like, well, this is just whatchamacallit light.
Oh, Magic the Gathering.
No,
Light.
it's not Magic the
Magic
Gathering light. It's basically Duel Masters light or Kaijudo light.
Oh yeah, so Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, it's
Magic
lighter
the
than
Gathering
that.
Light, because Duel Masters is just Magic the
Yeah,
Gathering.
it's lighter
Light for
than
Japan.
that. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, we're playing lighter version of that, which is Digimon was the lighter version of Duel Masters, because Duel Masters was in an unhealthy state, and Digimon filled in the void for that in Japan.
Is Duel Masters really?
Yeah, it's still the most popular card game over there.
In Japan, yeah.
Yep.
Which is funny because it's literally like WotC made
It's
Duel
dead
Masters. So like they made both Magic and Duel Masters too. It's just a weird. If you look into the history, it's kind of cool.
They hate Magic, the Gathering, but they love Kaijudo.
Yep.
Big monsters. What can we say? That's what Japan is known for.
Makes sense, son.
So I don't think there's anything really else to talk about regionals. I mean, the one-off Examon list. It's your standard Examon list featuring Poison Powder and Takumi. I guess that's your spice. There's nothing to report on that. Black or Gray. It's your now standard Black or Gray list. Ancient Gray. We already said Mario's a madman. Beelzemon, listen, if you high roll Beelzemon every game, you're winning.
Except against Crossheart.
Even against Crossheart, I would say. If you high roll Crossheart, if you are able to kill them before they kill you, I mean...
I feel like you could say that for anything.
But that's what I say.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. If you high roll it, if you are able to do Beelzemon things before Crossheart does Crossheart things, it's most likely in the bag for you. Otherwise,
You're still a lot slower, though. The problem comes down, you do need Beelzemon X. That closes out the game extremely much.
That car is cracked.
We were talking about this at
Card's
locals.
crazy.
Beelzemon X is going to be an absolute menace. If y'all don't know what it does, all y'all need to know is that if you get down to 3 security, your opponent has 20 cards in trash, you're screwed. Scoop and go to the next game. Don't even play it out. You're done, okay? Because what's going to happen is Beelzemon goes into Beelzemon X. No, Beelzemon's going to swing first.
It's going to be Impmon. Impmon goes into Beelzemon.
It's gonna be Impmon
then
first.
you have the X-Antibody underneath the Impmon. Then you go into Beelzemon X, and then your opponent just looks at you and goes like, I lose, don't I? Yup. Bye-bye.
Yes. You swing, you trash security, you go blast mode, you unsuspend, you swing again. You're done. 3 security, 20 cards in trash. Please go to game 2. Don't waste anybody's time.
Just say, show me the Beelzemon X. Do you have it? Or do you have a way of getting into it?
It'd be like that. I'd be like, all right, what's in your trash? How many cards you got left in deck? You got it. I know you got it.
It's the same thing when you're playing against any OTK deck that that have Blitz Omni for game. You're like, show me the Blitz Omni. We know where this is going. If you have it in your hand.
Ancient Greymon? Do you have Blitz Omni in hand? Yes? Okay, let's just go to game 2. I'm not even going to do my checks. I'm already shuffling.
We're in scoop phase now.
For sure. It's so funny. Did we talk about invites passing down for regionals?
Not yet.
No, we didn't. And that's a
big.
very, very good point. So
Let's talk about that.
I don't know when this was announced, but so I know Bandai announced it for One Piece and Dragon Ball, I think at the same time that they had released those infographics, actually. I looked on the Digimon one. I didn't see it. I couldn't find it anywhere. But for One Piece and Dragon Ball,
and Battle Spirits.
Invites and Battle Spirits. Oh, so it is confirmed for Battle Spirits too. Gotcha. Invites passed down for regionals because your store championships are not handing out final or national invites. Which is a good thing. That's one of the things that we said here on the podcast. I've seen Joe Doby say it, and a few people on Facebook have echoed it. If you are not going to do national invites for store championships, the invites need to be passed down, and they are doing that. That is good. They are doing more regionals. That is also good. The sucky part is they're not. We have the one in-person regional at Atlanta.
Yep, and then we have Gen Cons.
And then the Gen Cons, which are expensive as all hell because it's in the middle of
For no reason.
nowhere, because Indianapolis tickets from anywhere are fucking expensive. And then you got to pay like $80 for Gen Con tickets. Like,
and then $80 entry on top of it just so you get the crappy promos.
Yeah, and then the hotel stay, like, it's just a not. It's not a. I wanted to go. Dan and I thought about going last year, but was not financially feasible.
We did a math. We were like, yeah, this ain't worth it.
Yeah, it wasn't even worth it for the entry because just getting there was like what, $500?
It's crazy.
Yeah, it was
so
so
There's
crazy.
no shot. And driving, we live in Pennsylvania, so driving for us, bro, that was what, like 12, 14 hours? I was like, where the hell is Indianapolis? I thought it was closer than this.
No, what sucks is like even like the trading card events that we had last year that basically had regionals aren't being hosted this year with them. It's like just regular events.
Yep.
And I'm like, you're not going to get people to show up just for funsies. Okay. And telling us you're playing for $10,000 in store credit is not enough to people to go enter an event that they have to pay for a con on top of it. They're not going to go shell out money for that. I'm sorry. I love UPPG, but you needed to do your regional shit this year.
Well, so I'm wondering like what's going on with that because I saw.
Do you know what happened with that by any chance?
No, I don't. They just said it was a scheduling conflict or something like that.
Well, so it's weird because I saw Lance. Y'all know Lance, our boy.
Yeah.
Also Kyle's boy. I saw Lance posting on the Digimon, like when they post like the finals deck list and stuff. Like I saw him post and say like, oh, like you please like give us more events or in-person events and whatnot. And the head judge for PPG, I saw twice he posted, things aren't the same this year. Stop begging. Not like, you know, like, oh, like stop begging. They're just like things aren't the same this year. Like you gotta understand that. And I'm like, what the hell changed? Because
Battlespheres
it's completely different.
Battlespheres is taking up most of their resources if you look at it.
I'm that's what I was saying whenever we talked about the invites passing down. The problem is we've got 4 major TOs here in America, in North America, in US. Sorry, I have to fucking nail down into it. We've got PPG, Play TCG, Core TCG, and I'm missing one.
Whatever the Texas one is.
They're not important enough for me to remember.
Top Cut.
There we go.
Yeah. And Carta's is the only one in Canada.
The only one in Canada is on the fucking east side of Canada. Nothing for the west side, mind you. So like, Bandai's got 4 card games out now, and that's cool and all. People want to play them all, and that's all cool. But bro, 4 TOs to handle 4 card games. Well, 5 TOs to handle 4 card games.
I mean, if ARG didn't screw their heads so far up their rear with their Magic card game they thought they were going to make work, we would have had at least another one.
Is that Argent Saga?
Yeah, the Argent Saga thing.
I remember that one. Yep.
Crashed and Burn.
Yep. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I hope Bandai's able to do something. Obviously, the hype for each card game is there. Each card game has its dedicated player base. And some people are playing both. Like myself, I'm definitely going to be playing both Battle Spirits and Digimon competitively. But if it comes, like, if one game comes at the expense of another, you know, this just echoes what Mike and Dan were worried about earlier. Is Battle Spirits going to take up all the bandwidth for Digimon? Not because like, oh, you know, we're not going to get product, we're not going to get this. It's just no. If we're not getting too many games as a regional, if we're not getting as many in-person regionals because these TOs are now responsible for Battle Spirits events, because I mean, those are cash tournaments. There's much better turnout for a cash tournament than literally anything else.
Top 6, $500 instantly. It's like, why didn't I just get I should have flown out and just topped in the top 32. I would have still got $500. What?
Exactly. Like, if that's what it means,
that's pretty crazy.
You know,
when you think about it like that.
What is Bandai gonna do? And I don't know.
I see where they're going with the response of making a bunch of online events, which Digimon thrived in the beginning like that. But that was because we opened in a pandemic like that. 2 different card games, 2 different eras and time zones. But at the moment, you could have easily followed the same trend last year without as much issue. I feel like the fact of that they were extremely last minute on making the announcement that it was going to be in California for nationals, that was just a bad call. And in general, that should have been announced in June, like June, so you were prepared to put money away for wherever it was going to be. It's very important. And the fact of the matter is, like, Northeast is drowning in no events. Everything you have to do for the Northeast is fly out now. And that's not okay. Like, usually you kind of just try to balance it a bit. And that's what, last year did. It was quite balanced. We had a decent, everywhere kind of had something where it was either central, Eastern or Western, you had a vast variety, but now it's just like, only online, and a lot of players are not comfortable with online webcams because it's not in person. The likelihood of you cheating is higher. Your trust in that is just big issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, because last year we had a couple, because we had the one in Philly. That was a regional.
We had
too many games.
Otakon.
And then Otakon was also a regional. So like, and then like you mentioned, they had the Gen Con. They had the couple in like Texas or something like that too.
Yeah,
They had the ones in like LA or something like that. So like it was a little bit more spread out when it comes to the in-person one. So like this year kind of sucks when it has the ATL one. And the ironic part about the ATL regional, there's an online regional the same exact weekend. Mm-hmm. So like for some people who can't afford to go to ATL, it's like, all right, cool, I'll just no problem play an online regional for it. Or if they can, why not just save money and play an online regional instead?
Yeah. Just to wrap this topic up, because we got to get to the next one. All I'm gonna say is, Bandai, listen. You must listen to these podcasts at this point, right? Somebody out there is listening, right? You need to invest in you need to be your own TO. You need to put the money in. You need to have an in-house tournament organizer for all 4 of your card games. You don't shirk your existing TOs, all right? Let's get that straight. Don't screw them. But you got to give them some bandwidth, because something's got to give at some point. Nobody knows what it is. You don't know what it is. We don't know what it is. And, as
it's going to lead to, I don't know what game, but it's going to lead to games dying.
One game will fucking take the hit hard. It's damn sure not going to be Battle Spirits, because Battle Spirits is cash backed. It's going to be one of Dragon Ball, Digimon, or One Piece. And, no matter what anybody says, no matter what us fanboys of Digimon say, or the One Piece fanboys, or the Dragon Ball diehards who've been playing for the last 5 years, like, one game is going to take the hit and it's going to suck ass.
And especially if they're coming out with another game in another like 6 months.
Yeah, and if you bring Union Arena over here, not saying I won't play it because I'm a whore for your games. All right, let's get that straight. I'm going to play Union Arena. But where's the bandwidth?
I don't think we're getting that though. Is it confirmed we're getting that?
It's not confirmed that we're getting it. They just announced it for Japan.
That's what I heard.
They're already in the cards.
Locana, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
like, I know in Japan you can do what you want because you don't have this problem. Japan is already a small ass country, and the stores themselves are basically TOs. Stores are super powerful in that aspect. It's not the same in the United States. It's not the same in Latin America, and it's not the same in EU. Not the same in Australia, well, Oceania. Please do something about that.
Or give it to stores that can handle it. Like,
or that, yeah.
Just
agreed.
go like stores that can go like, hey, we'll rent out the hall. Just give us the permission, the product, everything like that. We'll do
there
it.
are stores that could easily do what? Upwards of 128 players?
Boom. Ulti Cup right there. Done.
Yeah, exactly. More events capped at less players. I'm all for that. I mean, if it means that we can start getting these events closer and more localized too.
Yeah.
Or even what Yu-Gi-Oh used to do. I don't know if they still do it now, but like regionals used to be in like hotel halls and shit like that. And that was like 500-600 people. They used to be able to fit in
DigiFest was that.
Oh, yeah, those.
Oh, okay. I didn't go to it. So yeah, if they did it once, why can't you just do it again?
I don't know, Bandai. You got to fix that one. But that's it for that. Let's talk about BT-12. BT-12 is about to come out on August 28th. Friday. It pre-release starts August 21st. BT-12 is introducing the capstone of Cross Hearts in Superior Mode, the capstone of Bagger Army and Darkness Baggermon. Those are your secrets. You're getting.
Hey, yo, I'm gonna play that Darkness Bagger. I'm just saying.
I mean, Darkness Bagger is badass.
Even if it's not meta.
But you're getting. So what is BT-12 based off of? You guys are wondering. Well, if you haven't kept up with it, because we sure haven't. Or Kyle, have you watched Cross Wars?
Yes, I did.
Did you like it?
Yeah,
probably the last.
The last like 5 episodes that you had to suffer through to get to like the good point of it. Yeah, I mean.
So need I say more? Not many Digimon fans have watched Cross Wars because it was seen as the weird child of the series.
It just wasn't good in the beginning.
Crossheart was just a weird child in general.
Yeah. And that's coming after Appmon, because Appmon was also a weird child.
No. Appmon was way. It was
Appmon was after? Oh shit.
Applemon was better.
Tells you how much I know about that. But
Cross was after Savers or Data Squad.
Oh damn, I thought Appmon came before and then it was Cross.
It was how it went was Savers, then the X Program movie, which was Alphamon's introduction, then Cross Wars, which then became Cross Wars Season 1, then Season 2, and then the Hunters That Leap Through Time, which is the third block set of this nightmarish fuel stuff. So it was supposed to be, because Digimon reached its certain milestone, this is where we get this set basically giving us basically red dot set dot EX, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. So BT-12 is honestly, it's a capstone set for sure, right? Like when you think about like the only reason I'd ever consider watching Cross Hearts is because of this third season in which they brought every protagonist of every series to the forefront. And so we had, what was it? A total of 6, was it? We had Takuya and Emperor Greymon.
How are you not gonna go in order? Tai first, please. Thank you.
Sorry.
Jesus.
We had Tai and War Greymon. We had Davis and Imperial. We had Takato.
Don't help him. I want to see him struggle through this.
We had Takuya and Emperor Grey. We had Marcus and Shine. And then we had, what's his name? Taiki and Shoutmon. And we got this new bitch, I don't remember his name, and Gumdramon. Is his name Tagiru? Tagiru and Gumdramon. I think that's the 6, right? That's 6?
Yeah.
There you go. Happy, Michael?
You had assistance about for the beginning, like 3.
For the 50% of it, yeah. But it capstones the entirety of Digimon. Like, if you're a Digimon fan, you'll like the set just because it's a lot of iconic Digimon. And yes, the set is very heavily red dominated.
Well, the other problem with this season was it wasn't really localized properly. I don't think it actually got English. Disney dropped it after the second season and went like, YOLO, we're not doing the third season. GG, who wants to buy Digimon? That's what happened. I mean,
when you have what the first 2 seasons were, I don't blame them.
But Disney is just notorious on dropping anything that they don't like.
I mean, that is the Disney way. But let's not bash Disney. We don't need Disney coming at us with any.
And we're going to get canceled.
You might too much bad stuff.
Lorcana is going to be a great game.
They might not send you the free Lorcana product to show off.
Yeah, right. So those are your 6 protagonist Digimon. We got your secrets. Your main 2 decks of this set. Well, your main deck of this set now is going to be purple, or multicolor purple, I should say, and Arrestor Dramon. Previously, it was going to be the new Raid War Greymon. However, with the hit to Greymon X, it is to be seen how that deck will fare into our format. Gallantmon's a mid deck. I'm sorry, it's not. It's still tier 2. It's really good. It's just everything else is just even better.
That is to be seen. The only issue that it had ran into was that Raid War Greymon was just that dominant against it. And even going against Black War Greymon, it was just too fast. Like the top end magic shenanigans that because of the Greymon X-Antibody climb skip that they were doing was just too fast for Gallimon to keep pace. Now it toned it down to Gallimon's speed. I think Gallimon actually has a better shot than we're going to give it credit for. So we'll have to wait and see how Gallimon does.
I'm a Gallimon stan, so I'll take your word for that. I just know I'm tired of getting my hopes up every time I see Gallimon support, and then I see Gallimon get shit on.
I know there's Europe player named Sean, and he's like diehard Gallimon, and he's topped many events with Gallimon, got an invites with Gallimon, stuff like that. Even when Gallimon's like the worst, classified worst deck of the format, he gets the invites and stuff like with that. So it'll be have to see.
All right, I'll take you for that.
I think it's possibly because of what you just said about the Ray Roll Greymon being, potentially nerfed and like won't be as good, which means to me Beelzemon X is better, which means Gallimon could be potentially better, because if that's the biggest matchup, Beelzemon X, hey, they got 20 trash. Crimson mode, trash 3 game, you know what I'm saying?
You just gotta see the
so
Crimson
I think there's
mode.
A chance,
because we saw Russ Merrill play that game. He couldn't see the Crimson mode before Beelza X put him at 3 security.
Oh no, anytime I ever play test against a Gallimon and I'm playing like Beelstar, they always got the Crimson mode.
Yeah, I'm not even like.
It might not be the Crimson mode you need. You might just swap over and tech in one of the OG Gallimon, which is still response that way, because with the new Takato, at least you can warp into it for 3. Or whatever.
Yeah.
So you can bio-merge into it from a Guillemon into raising into that. Now you're into that. Your other Takato will cause the blitz. You still have maneuvers and game plans that way.
Yeah. I mean, I think the play is like, you're going to gain probably memory out for Takato and your inheritables that gain memory, so that you go into like the BT2 Gallant, attack, trash security, got the X-Antibody underneath, go in, unsuspend, and then blitz, and then attack again, and then you blitz with the Crimson mode. It's cracked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it puts in the work. I wouldn't be surprised to see it getting some good tops, honestly. Has anyone, I haven't really looked in BT13 too much. Has anyone been playing the Secret Rare Gallant?
Yes, most lists have teched it in.
Yeah, because that card is spicy
right now.
Yeah, that card is sweet.
That card is gonna be the new Dexmon, where it's like played in any deck because of like how versatile the card is.
They literally
no, it's not splashed like that.
You don't think so?
It's not. Japan's not splashing.
So you a hard play.
No, Japan's not splashing it.
Okay.
It's not like Death X. It's the only 2 decks that are playing it is literally Gallant and the Royal Knight deck. None other deck has what I've been looking at for 5 weeks straight.
I don't remember. I think it was on East. One of his videos, I saw like Gallimite and like random like purple deck sometimes. So like I thought it was like something that, because of the fact you could reduce the cost by 2 for every 5 cards in trash, I would think that would add up, especially like late game in any game. You know what I'm saying?
Not all decks can facilitate it.
To be fair, does Japan really play purple decks? Like they play Beelza.
Belfmon's going off.
They play Beelzemon.
And
Bielfa doesn't really fill up the trash like that. What are they called? The Gizumons? They play themselves from the trash and they bottom deck themselves, I think, right?
Yeah. Our meta is always really weird though, comparatively. I think that Japan kind of just sticks with like we also get the foresight that Japan doesn't have. Like we get to see what decks were good there, and then we get to make our changes based off of it. Because their metas are, 2 or 3 months each at a time, and we get to look into it and be like, oh, that's what they're playing. Let's play test before that, make some really crazy janky stuff, and now we'll see what our meta is going to be like. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, for sure. What are y'all looking forward to in BT12? Not you, Dan. You don't matter. I know what you're looking forward to. I'll tell you right now. He's looking forward to Raid Wargrave. That's it.
Hunters is going to be cool.
I'm looking for a Quartzmon. I'm looking forward to, Hunters. I'm looking forward to Gallimon being playable now. Like, come on,
not
man.
a Gallimon stan. Get out of here.
You see the ulti cups of ones I got now, right? Yeah, I'll gladly play it.
He said, I'll play it because it's bling. If it wasn't bling, I can't say that I will play it. Mike, you said Hunters?
Hunters, yeah, I'm excited to play Hunters.
Hunters is Hunters.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good tier 1 deck, you know. I think it's gonna be sweet. Superior mode, I'm excited to play just because that card is awesome looking. We'll see what happens though, because if Bandai, we'll see what happens with Cross. I don't know. If it keeps getting tops, people keep bitching. I don't know if they'll do another ban list so soon, but you never know.
Bandai did announce that they will consistently do more restrictions, which probably means every 3 months they're going to cycle through. So we won't see something till BT13 anyway. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see Shine Greymon hit for us. Just don't invest into Shine. I really don't recommend any player invest into Shine. Do not max rarity it. Do not invest into it. Expect that deck to be hit some way, somehow, some capacity, and that is just all. I don't recommend spending guap money on this deck.
I'd probably agree with you there. I think it's gonna get hit too.
I have to. Oh,
100%. That 4-cost market is gonna get smacked.
It's gonna be BT10 all over again. It's gonna come here. They're not gonna say shit. We're gonna buy up the set. People are gonna go buy pre-release shit, and then boom, Marcus is hit to 1.
That 4-cost Marcus is crazy though.
This Marcus is ridiculous. Yes, agreed.
But it's gonna suck though, because do you think that it'll get hit for us during BT12, or you think it'll get hit on BT13 release?
BT13. It'll be like 2 weeks after BT13.
Yeah,
just how everything else
is. That's gonna be the really shitty part.
Yeah,
because it's good. It's not like amazing. It's not like tier 1 topping kind of thing, but it's good in BT12. BT13 is where that shit really
gets crazy.
Kicks off.
No. BT12, it's not anywhere near capacity. It's after EX4 is when it starts getting in the ball rolling park.
Yeah, with Ruin mode. Digivolve into Ruin mode for free.
So any Beelzemon players out there, Beelzestar, go pick up Ruin modes, because you are going to be playing that for the seeable future, because you need at least 2 of those. So make sure you're playing that, because that answers all your hopes and dreams.
Hey, did you guys read on Facebook where somebody said Ruin mode wasn't that good a card and they don't understand why everybody's so hyped over it?
I did see that. Yeah, they were like a negative 10k DP reduction doesn't even do anything. Why megas are going to be higher than negative 10k? Dude, it was like the most copium post I've ever read in my life about how it's not that good and they don't understand why people I was like, you're just dumb.
See, you should have like a podcast where you just read hot takes, and every ridiculous hot takes is just take a shot.
That's not a bad idea.
Take a shot.
Maybe for next week, dude. Next week we'll do that.
And every once in a while, once in a while, Varni will pull up the Facebook, be like, this is what the post. He won't say the name, but he'll be like, word for word, we'll read it, and we'll just like laugh about it, because it's just some of it just be crazy.
Bro, that was wild. I'm like, I saw Ruin mode, and as a degenerate player, I thought about every degenerate thing that I could do with Ruin mode. And then I saw Rust Marrow. No, it wasn't Rust Marrow. Sorry, it was DPP. It was Blue Flare. It was Blue Flare Kuzuha featuring Ruin mode, playing against I can't remember what the opposite deck was. It doesn't matter what the opposite deck was, right? Because man's Ruin moded 3 times straight. I don't know how he did it, but he went into Ruin mode. No, it wasn't Ruin mode 3 times. It was he digivolved into Ruin mode because he had enough memory. It died, so he had the negative 10k, and then he digivolved into another Ruin mode. So this is a negative 15k buff on the field. What are you supposed to do? You literally can't do anything. It's like, oh, your 11k megas that you were just talking about? Go ahead, drop it, you dumb bitch. Sorry, that was a little mean. Go ahead, drop it. It's gonna get deleted.
Oh, I slammed down Machine Dramon. GG, good luck because you ate my TC.
There we go. Mugen Dramon.
Yep.
All I know is that I'm for sure playing Ruin Mode in Dark Knight Mon. That card is sweet.
I'm gonna play Ruin Mode in every purple/yellow deck that I ever make from now on. It's guaranteed. Ruin Mode is gonna be my new Zwart Defeat. I remember when Zwart Defeat came out, and I still have like 7 copies of Zwart Defeat because I was putting Zwart Defeat in every deck. If I could fit 4 Zwart Defeat, I was playing 4 Zwart Defeat. That's about to be Ruin Mode for me. No shot.
Yeah, I'm gonna mess around with it in Masty too. I don't know. I'll probably end up cutting the decks for one just to mess around with it. We'll see what happens.
So to be honest with you, I think just take out decks. Just go right for Ruin Mode.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
But also taking the account of reasons why cards get hit for future, Calling from Darkness was probably the reason besides Imperial Dramon.
Can you imagine?
Loop, if you had the access to Calling to Darkness with Ruin Mode, how ridiculous would that be?
Jeez.
Yo,
I don't even want to think about that.
Honestly, bro, I didn't even really think about it because calling has been hit for us for so long. I mean, we still have it at 1, but like I didn't even think about the implications of having it at 4 and being able to call you. Oh, that's so brutal, man.
So when are we having
Because
this
it's on
unrestricted
deletion, right?
ban?
Not end of attack.
Yeah, it's on play and on deletion, but end of attack is when you delete it to
Bro, yeah, that's
recover one.
busted, bro. That would have been busted if that was still at 4.
Yeah.
Let's just take a moment to appreciate the foresight in limiting Calling from Darkness.
Well, Bandai did say the reason they wanted to get rid of it is because it limited design space so much.
Yeah, I'm going to delete Ruin Mode for 1. I'm going to return something. You can't return Ruin Mode because you won't get the on deletion.
Well, if there was a second Ruin
But you
Mode
can
in
return
trash.
Exactly. Return the second
Exactly,
one, another one. Then you get to pop another Digimon for 1 cost. Recover 1 for 1 cost.
No,
and hatch
not
a new
if
Digi-Egg for 1
If you
cost.
calling, you won't get to recover. It's the
end of attack.
But you get
procs
you
it.
get to hit the negative 10k on the board though.
Oh,
Like-
I mean, that's still just wild. Let's appreciate that. I don't even want to think about that.
I made you think about it.
You made me think about it, and I'm
Like you could be like an
going to
absolute.
regret every day of my life now that I never got to experience that.
Well, we
Yeah,
could have
that
a
card is
unbanned tournament.
That's what we're doing, man. We're gonna be hosting
Oh,
one
yeah.
soon, right?
Yeah, our playmat artist said that he is in the middle of working on our playmats. We have our chibis in, so I can start designing our sleeves now. And so, yes, there are definitely tournaments in the works. So I would say, what are we in? April 10th? I would say expect it within a month, our first tournament. Friday. So if you want to know when it drops, join the Discord.
Shameless plug again.
There's no such thing.
Kyle, what are you looking
No.
forward to for BT-12?
Chaos Dramon X with its option is just ridiculously good. The interaction is just nutty. The fact for hunters is just very powerful. I mean, there's a lot of possibilities in the making with that format. It just comes down to seeing what is going to be the big boogeyman of the format, and it takes a lot for people to get off X deck, and that's the big thing. Is right now for budget competitive wise, to be honest with you, what's going to really do well for you is buying 2 of the advanced deck Beelzemons, pick up 2 of them and be ready for that. And then just basically, as I said this before, if you don't have crazy amount of money at first, just spend a little bit of $20 per paycheck or something like that. Pick up a Beelzemon from EX2. Just slowly gather the cards. The deck will get better as you get the cards, but as long as you have a good consistently stronghold in the beginning, the deck's gonna do its shenanigans.
Yep.
Yeah, that would be a good.
Yeah, you buy $60 for the starter deck, you're already set right there, and then you just add those EX2 Beelzemon, and then
cards from the new
With,
set.
The X line.
Yeah.
It's gonna be all cheap mostly.
The only thing,
so like,
the Elsa X would probably be like $3, $5 max.
That set is a super rare set.
I gotta say,
yeah.
the advanced starter decks might not be a bad sealed only YouTube series for us to do. Just saying. That'd be pretty fun.
Put it on the list. Don't let me forget that.
That'd be pretty fun.
Everybody plays the Beelzemon advanced deck.
No. Like you just pick up the sealed only, and then every week you get money to try and open packs. And try and add cards to the deck.
That wouldn't be a bad, terrible idea that way.
Yeah.
You just have to hope that people
who
have
can get all 4
EX02.
copies first.
Yeah.
Someone has to have like 100 boxes of EX2 so you can buy packs of that only.
That's a fact. That's gonna be a struggle for us, at least.
Speaking of Chaos Dramon X and this super busted super eradication attack, I don't think we've spoken about it previously, so let's talk about it real quick. I know we talked about Chaos Dramon X. So, start of main phase. First of all, it's slide evos from Machine Dramon or Chaos Dramon for 2. So that's super good because it means that you don't have to necessarily focus on either one. You can just, boom, whichever one you get out first, Chaos Dramon X. Now, start of main phase. Place 1 Digimon card with Cyborg or Machine in his traits from your trash at the bottom of his Digi-Evolution cards. 1 Digimon card, not 1 red, not 1 black, 1 Digimon card. Yes, you can use blue Mach Gaogumon. Yes, you can use, I saw people say purple Black War Growl. Yes, you can use all that. It counts for this effect. Second effect, all turns this Digimon gains all effects of Machine Dramon and Chaos Dramon in this Digimon's Digi-Evolution cards. So, DP reduction, deletion prevention, bounce protection. You can God stack that. Third effect, all turns
when Digivolving effects, by the way. So,
and when Digivolving.
Yeah.
So if you have Chaos Dramon already on top and you go into X, you can actually use its effect again.
Yes, very correct.
Correct.
Forgot about that.
Or BT-11.
I know you can do it with the
Mugen.
the BT-11 exactly, and get that +2 technically. And then all turns once per turn when this Digimon will be deleted, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. So, that combos with its option, simple 2 cost. Choose one of your Digimon with Cyborg or Machine in his traits, delete that Digimon, and one of your opponent's Digimon with DP less than or equal to the chosen Digimon's DP. So, 2 cost, delete your Chaos Dramon X, delete your opponent's Digimon. Chaos Dramon X prevents deletion, trash security, and your opponent loses a Digimon. You still have a body on board for 2 cost. Good card is good card. I don't know how I'm fitting all this though. I really don't.
Which is funny because you change up your rookie lineup to play Ludamon because now your Chaos Dramon is there. So you put that in to draw. Basically, you play it for 3 costs to basically draw you a card. And it goes in for a source. So it'll trigger your Dori and Dorumon. Your Dorumon. So you have access to that way. That's why they switched over to that combo. Because with Chaos Dramon X, because he's going to stick around and put things under anyway. If you run out of things to put under because they didn't remove enough of it, well, you can just slam down a Ludamon, draw a card, gain +2. You're just looking at your opponent going like, stop me.
Good card is good card. I'm excited for that.
I just can't wait until we get Chaos degraded when I do that whole beautiful stack.
Well, it's a black deck, so you just use Congo.
Yeah,
Boy, I
that's
gotta fit
true.
room.
If I could fit that. Yeah,
Give me a
right?
60 card Machine Dramon deck.
Well, I mean, with the new mulligans in place, you can definitely change that up. Your ratios definitely change up.
Oh, yeah.
So it'll be a
That's
lot
fair.
easier.
That's fair. Yeah, I haven't played Machine Dramon since the Mulligan. I actually should. It probably
I did.
a lot better.
Pretty fun. As usual.
It still bricks when it bricks like a freight train gone like yesterday.
Yeah, 100%.
That is the Machine Dramon way. That's black as a whole. I was building this stupid black blockers deck I was going to talk about earlier. Bro, there's like... it's just bad. Black is... Unless you're an archetype, and even then, unless you're Greymon, It's kind of bad over here in Blackland. But Dan, I have to ask you. I know what you're looking forward to. What are you looking forward to in this set?
You said
yes,
me?
you.
We already talked about it. I
know,
said
but
War
elaborate on
Greymon. I'm interested in Gallimon. I'm interested in, Chaosdramon X as the main Machismon player between us three. I'm excited for a lot of things. I'm excited just for the whole set. Beelzemon X is gonna be cracked, so like
Not looking forward to that.
Imperial. I'm not really much of an Imperial player, but it is pretty cool.
Man, how did I forget about Imperial?
I don't know. how you
Yeah, I was
forgot
about to mention that
Imperial.
before to you.
Well, because it's just
I'm
that
interested
bad.
in playing Quartzmon.
I've been brewing. I think I can. It's not gonna be good. I mean, it'll be okay.
Dan
Like,
Vang can't break that deck. No one can break that deck. Okay.
We were talking to him about it a little bit. He said he's got some spice going for it. So we'll see what he does with it.
And for a future,
I'm interested in playing Quartz.
sorry,
Oh, my
for
bad.
future
Go ahead.
reference, Chimeramon doesn't work with the Davis. Just heads up, because it's a 3-color card at the time for Davis. You can't use it.
Go figure.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say I'm interested in playing Quartzmon and Diaboromon.
Aha.
Monster.
Quartzmon, Diaboromon. We're about to see Quartz Bloom, my baby.
Quartz Eosmon.
Quartz Bloom was gonna be wild.
Quartz Hunter.
baby.
Did you say Quartz Shitmon? I don't think Quartz Shitmon is a real deck.
No. I said
I can't
Quartz
test you on that
Eosmon.
Quartz Shitmon, fucking Eosmon, bro. 50 card Eosmon.
We always
bro.
call it the most garbage card deck
Yeah,
ever.
but Quartzmon just helps the deck out because it just spits out
I'm not gonna lie.
bodies.
Yeah, 100%.
I know what it's gonna do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking face this stupid fucking Eosmon deck, and they're gonna Digivolve in the Quartzmon, and I'm just gonna fucking flip the table, bro. I'm gonna flip the table. How dare
He's
you
gonna be
put
like, I
this
can't
across
believe an
from me?
Eosmon deck is beating me.
Everybody's just gonna play Quartzmon when you are gonna play Setcon, just to make you stop playing Setcon.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
This man brings Setcon every
I
week.
remember what else I'm also interested in the this is for my row tier decks, improving my Fish Swarm deck with the was it the Ancient Mermaid? I'm not gonna play Ancient Mermaid, but like the option is so good for no reason.
Super
In that type of deck.
great Maelstrom.
And then the what's her name? I forget her name. Rainamon.
Yeah.
She's okay for the deck too.
Rainamon. Ranamon, you mean?
Rainamon.
Same
Yeah,
thing.
whatever.
Beats me.
I'm pretty
People
sure it was
hate me because
Rainamon
I
in
can't
the
pronounce
anime.
anything in general. So what is it gonna make a difference if more people?
Yeah. Same, man. I don't know what you want from me.
I don't remember the name. I'm just going off on like the top of my head at the moment. I don't remember what it was like.
I
It's the
couldn't even
Hydra
shave
girl
my
that
beard
was like a
properly.
hoe.
Like,
Yeah, I know who it is. Yeah.
yeah, bro. I literally
And-
can't
and
shave my
Frontiers.
beard properly. Y'all think I can pronounce words properly? You think I did this mustache by choice? This was an accident.
Yo.
So
But also the that comes out. The same set comes out with the I don't remember his name. Seraphimon. Not Seraphimon.
Oh, the
Seraphimon, right? The other black hybrid.
Ancient Wisemon.
There we go.
Yeah, the Wisemon line.
That line.
Sephiroth.
That line.
Mercurymon.
There we go. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Sephirothmon.
this is
That's
when we
what-
get
I couldn't think of
Lapis's
Sephiroth.
demon. Oh, I'm gonna play this in every black deck.
And
Going
then
forward.
it's in the following set where in EX4 you get something spicy for Setcon, and that's on the black Seraphimon.
Black Seraphimon.
Black Seraphimon.
that card is sweet.
Yeah.
I am so.
I really like that card.
Lapis's demon and Black Seraphimon is gonna go so well together.
Until you stare down Quartzmon and you just go like, I scoop here.
Until I stare down Quartzmon, and until I get to BT13, where I can finally put every deck, all those decks there. I'm gonna sell all those decks because the only 2 decks I will ever play again will be Royal Knights and Examon. That's it. Oh, and Jesmon, so 3 decks.
Royal
Gallimon.
Knights.
Basically, if it says Royal Knight, in its trait, I'm playing it. Every
I'm
other
gonna have
deck
to
is
take
dead
out
to me.
I'm gonna have to take out a loan or something to buy the max rarity Royal Knights deck.
So I'm gonna have to wait till whenever they decide to stop being dumb and give me my Lunamon line, because I've been waiting for that. I want my Olympus 13 deck that you get in your Royal Knight style. Okay, I want my Olympus 13.
Agreed. I agree with you on that.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool as fuck if they ever have that one.
They've been
Trickling
feeding
them.
us these little like Venusmon and
Mars.
is it Mervamon, right?
Yeah.
Mervamon is the
Minerva
is the Olympus,
Minerva.
and Marsmon and
Merva.
Ceresmon, and I need all of these
Marsmon.
archetypes.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping that they do a Dark Masters, kind of like how they did the Royal Knights. I think that would be sweet.
Puppetmon, assemble.
It's just going to really be interesting to see what they do with Apocalypticmon. That's really what I want to see what they do.
Yeah.
And we know he's going to be the secret because they have to make him the secret. Like there's no reason to give him a super rare treatment. He's got to be a secret in some sort of capacity. Just because who doesn't want to be screaming, and I only get the crust.
It's all fun and games until we got our first ever level 7 that's like a common, bro.
What can I say?
That would be terrible.
Oh god.
Hey, there's a chance we get like Millennium Mon support too. Just saying.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
If I
too.
ever see another Millenniumon, I'll be so happy because I love the anniversary arts that I don't get to play because
it's
not
so
that
beautiful.
relevant
I don't
anymore.
know. I don't think this set would be Millenniumon though, because Millenniumon didn't show up in the original series.
Yeah, that's right. He did show up in. It was. I keep forgetting that like the original adventure that they did for the card game wasn't like 1999 adventure. It was 20 whatever it was adventure.
Yeah, 2020. It's adventure.
2020 adventure.
I only say that because the comic, he was like he was behind everything that happened in Adventure 1. Low key.
Huh?
Um,
In the comic?
Oh yeah.
I thought that was Ty with the Vidramon.
V-Tamer time?
Yeah, that was his story with Millenniumon.
Daemon. That was a Daemon.
Yeah, it's with
Oh, then it's Raiji
was it
or whatever wasn't it? With Millenniumon? Rio, yeah.
Wasn't
Rio.
Jessmon's
Yeah.
Tamer.
Yeah, that was the Millennium line that you didn't know about because you had to play the Wonder Swan. If you own the Wonder Swan, you could play the game and understand who this
Wonder
is.
Swan. That's old.
My bad. Not comic. My fault. I forgot that's what it was. Yeah.
That's
I just remember in my
old,
head, like
bro.
I know the story of it.
So nobody in the United States knew who this guy was, but in Japan, everybody was like, "Oh, it's Rio! Oh my god!" It's like everybody's going like, "Who's this motherfucker?" It's just like being a badass. It's like, "Oh, I like Justimon. He's a badass, but who the fuck is this?" It's like, "Oh, this is supposed to bridge the gap between of this." It's like, what gap? We don't know him.
Go figure. Were you gonna say something, Mike, before we wrap up?
I was gonna say, do you guys remember just getting Millenniumon back in the day? That was demoralizing.
It was getting Millenniumon and then not being able to deal with Millenniumon because you Gaia force it and it comes back. You delete it and it comes back. So you just have to live with the fact that Millenniumon is on board.
Yeah.
Unless you were blue and you stripped all the sources away, and then you went like, bye.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, then you do Kakai's breath or something.
That was before we got good removal in purple too, because Fly Bullet, Trump Sword wasn't it, Chief. Trump Sword has never been it.
It was good because, especially against Omnimon, if they hit it because they had to stand up first, it was like the punishing move. It's like, oh, you hit Trump Sword. Well, bye.
Yeah,
I had to explain so many times, people like going like, well, I activated this after your security is revealed. No, you activate before.
That's not how it works. People are people. I guess. That's,
People are people, he said.
Anyways, that's going to wrap it up for today's episode of DigiPod, the digital podcast. So my parting comments to y'all is join the Discord, of course, and go follow RideMyAvatar. Kyle, thank you for coming on the podcast today with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
We definitely look forward to having you for future ones, especially when we get some of these controversial ban lists that I'm sure will be coming out. But yeah, join the Discord, follow RideMyAvatar, and until we talk to you guys the next time, peace out.
Peace.
Catch you all on the next one.